My ninjas, what is good? As y'all can see, we got her, the queen, Mama Makoto herself, and we gonna be playing with her in more ways than one. As y'all can, we already got the build down. We gonna be testing her out in all the best teams. Now, quick disclaimer: she gonna suck without Yukiko. If you get Makoto, you want Yukiko. They are meant to be paired together. Without them conjoined at the hip, there, both of their damage is just gonna fall off a cliff. But we still gonna test out and see what she looking like. But I'm not here to waste any more of your time. Let's do this. So, my build. Now you gonna want ammo, 4 lines of ammo, 4 lines of attack, and then a mix between ammo and crit stats. So I got max ammo, attack, elemental, guard piece. Elemental, max ammo, charge damage can go to hell. Elemental, crit damage, max ammo, crit rate, elemental. She rocking 777 skills across the board. Resilience, resilience cube, and then her dollars level. We gonna be running this team for up first. Now, I already know my Rappy is gonna wipe the floor with her. Like my Rappy, MLB, max cube, 10, 10, 10 skill, 5 across the board, good OL lines, as y'all can see right here. But let's see how close Makoto can get in compared. All right, we almost a minute in, and we at 3.6 bill.
Maybe coral pancakes? Let's go. I do extra. Every last drop. If you like to try our
All right, we now 2 minutes in at 7 point, or basically 8 bill. Last few seconds of this run, we at 11.5 bill.
Commander.
All right, 12.5 billion. All right, now I want y'all to leave a comment telling me who y'all, how well did y'all think Makoto held up against Rappy? Like, out of this 12.5 bill, how much do you think Makoto contributed? I'm gonna give you some time. 3, 2, 1. You know, 3. Okay, so let's look at this. 3.7 billion, and then compared to Rappy, she did 6.3 billion. So Makoto did more than half of Rappy's damage. So that, honestly, for not having her best in slot partner right beside her, that ain't bad. I feel like that's pretty decent. Let's see how she holds up against Mihara. And just to make sure, keep everything fair, we just gonna keep the team the same. All right, we 2 minutes in. We at 7.8 bill. Coming up on the final seconds of this run. All right, so 12.3 billion compared to our 12.5 million with Rap. But all right, let's again leave your comments telling me how you think Makoto did against Mihara. So Queen did about the same amount of damage, and then obviously Mihara did a little bit less damage. But again, that's more than half of Mihara's damage right there. So that, again, pretty solid. When Yukio drops and they get paired together, they gonna be most likely unstoppable with all that buffs they give each other back and forth.
Right now? Under the lines of the kingdom.
Fluff! Thank you for the raid! Right now we are testing out the new character from the collab in Nikke, Queen. we're doing like, this is like our 4th test against, like, we're testing up against all the other Fire DPS and seeing how she holds up. But yeah, alright, we're coming up on the final 10 seconds here. We at 9.2 build. So we did do more damage, of course, having Crown and Helm on the team. That's just Alice did end up doing a good bit of damage. They are a little bit closer. About what is that? About a little under 900 million difference. But Makoto still did a lot more, a good bit amount of damage more than Alice. But alright, let's pair her up against probably one of the more OG fire attack. And to make this fair, since we're doing it against, we're doing with Boston, I'ma not burst with Modernia. For those who don't know, Modernia is in a Boston scenario, we want her off burst because she does more damage not bursting than if she were to burst in a boss scenario. So we going. So do you just unlock all the characters like through like quests or stuff, or is it like you spend in-game currency on characters? I do want to look into that game. It'd be a good game to play on stream, but we gotta hold off on it for now. Fluff says, I chose Teresa, Twin Flail Inquisitor.
Under the light of the kingdom. Everyone follow me.
Alright, last 2 seconds. Alright, so 11.4 build with Modernia on the off burst. Again, it's fair because Modernia against bosses don't want to burst. You want to keep an off burst. So I am looking forward to see how close they are in terms of damage here. Because again, if it wasn't already clear, all of these characters that I'm showcasing are way more invested than my Makoto at this point. But let's see, 3, 2, 1. So Makoto ended up doing the most damage, 3.8 billion. And then Modernia did 2.4 billion. That is interesting. So yeah, Makoto is wiping the floor with even pilgrims out here. Alright. It's probably all that bonus elemental damage Makoto gives herself. We got Asuka, our other collab fire attacker DPS from the Evangelion collab. Let's see who wins Persona v Evangelion. Let's see who comes out on top. Alright, we coming up on the 1 minute mark and we at 3.6 or 3.7 billion. Alright, 2 minute mark at coming up on the 7 bill mark. Alright, we were coming up on the end.
Back to it. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel. Did you see?
Alright, we landed at 10.5 billion. In the comments right now, who y'all think won, Persona or Evangelion? Makoto versus Asuka. Place your bets in the comments and we check in 3, 2, or 1. Oh wow, that damage is, let's be honest, is basically they did the same amount of damage. And do keep in mind, this matchup is actually almost perfect considering the fact that Makoto needs Yukiko, and I would say Asuka isn't paired with, what's her name, Rei. So both of these guys aren't paired with their collab partner, which in most cases you would pair them together. So yeah, this is a perfect comparison, and they do about the same amount of damage. So yeah. Alright, now the last team we testing out today is the good old shotgun. Now, I highly doubt this will work as you would ever want to run a team, her and the shotgun team. Yeah, but we gonna test it anyway. Let's see how I do. Now, when it comes to the shot, I feel like Drake might actually take the cake on it, because Drake is just one buffing the hell out of herself. And then 2, again, my Drake is like a lot more invested than my queen here. Alright, coming up on the 1 minute mark, and we at 4.5 bill.
I'll treasure this moment forever.
All right, coming up on the 2-minute mark at 8.3 bill.
Treasure this moment forever.
All right, coming up in the final few seconds here.
I'll treasure this moment forever. Survivalists, we did it! We survived!
Well, damn, out of all the teams we done tonight, this team done scored the highest. 13.1, almost 13.2 billion. I'm seeing that. I'm very interested to see who scored more. Who you think won? Makoto or Drake? 3, 2, 1. Makoto actually out damaged Drake by quite a bit. What is that? A little under 1.4 billion. They have either Drake is built better than my Makoto, or they have similar investment. Because I don't have too much investment in Drake, but I think Drake might be a little bit better. I highly doubt you would ever want to run Makoto in the shotgun team, but it is interesting to see still. Probably would just be better off, you know, with your standard shotgun team with Summer Dorothy, and then Makoto is just paired up with somewhere else, whether that's with Yuko or just in another team, but still. Alright, my ninjas, that is all I got for you. Makoto is looking to be an absolutely strong unit. I would recommend you get at least one copy, but hey, I'm not here to sell you the character. I'm just here to showcase the character. You make the decision whether you gonna skip or pull. She is incredibly strong and probably will be even better once Yukiko drops, and we will be sure to showcase both of them together when that time comes. But if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. Reach out and slap that like and subscribe button right in the bare cheek one time. Just like how you want to slap Makoto here right in the bare cheek one time. Leave me a comment telling me how your testing went if you pulled Makoto. And until next time, ninjas, roll out.